to Greenheart Connects. I'm Marcel and I'll be your host. Thank you for joining us today. Greenheart Connects is a monthly online series where we gather to exchange ideas for caring for the earth and for each other. Through facilitated discussions and curated presentations, people from around the world share inspiring stories, suggestions, and resources to improve local communities and the world. Greenheart Connects is brought to you by Greenheart International, a nonprofit organization facilitating global understanding through cultural exchange programs for Americans and young people around the world. Thank you for being here. Exchange has the power to broaden perspectives and to change lives. We think you'll be inspired by our guest today. Greenheart Connects dives into several themes throughout the year: environmentalism, volunteerism, fair trade, and personal growth. Today, we're talking with Precious Esi Mensah in Ghana. Precious came to the US twice for summer work travel programs in South Dakota and in Georgia. When she returned home and was completing university, she started an organization that's designed to serve the needy communities in Ghana. It's called Liquid Love Foundation. Today, the foundation has more than 70 volunteers working from a 5-year strategic plan to assist many communities throughout Ghana. Precious and her team meet with village chiefs to suggest and get approval for a variety of projects, from cleaning streets to tutoring kids and keeping the elderly company. Her story and what Liquid Love Foundation is doing to help the world, especially in Ghana, cross several of our themes. We think you'll be inspired to hear what propelled Precious to take action. After the presentation, we will meet back here for a live Q&A with Precious over in Ghana. So, are you ready? Let's go.
My name is Precious Esi Mensah. I'm from Ghana. Ghana is one of the countries in West Africa. And in Ghana, mostly, Ghana is well known for its mineral resources, mostly gold, diamond, bauxite, and we have a lot of plantations. Most of the people, native people in Ghana, individuals in Ghana are farmers, and almost everyone has a garden in their backyard, and we love green. So wherever you pass, you see a flower, and we love to travel. And then Ghana is a nice place. We have a lot of tourist attractions and tourist sites. So if anyone wants a holiday, you can try out Ghana. Thank you. I love to travel. When I was a kid, I didn't get a lot of travel opportunities. I was mostly at home. So when I went to the university, I saw an ad about work and travel. And then I had to talk to my brother and my mom about it. And I had to convince them because I wanted to see the other side of the world, know how culture from US and Ghana relate and the differences. And I really wanted to explore and then have opportunities where I could meet new people and then share new ideas. So I really wanted to go on the work and travel program after I saw the ad. And my first year was in South Dakota, Keystone, South Dakota. I was working at an amusement park at Rushmore Tramway Adventures. The park had a chairlift, an alpine slide, and then it had a grill area for guests to eat. So that was my first time being so high up in chairlift, and it was an awesome experience. The first day was scary for me, but with time, I adjusted to it and it was all fun. I really enjoyed my stay in Keystone. My employer was an amazing individual. He used to take us out on activities to see around. I had opportunity to visit Mount Rushmore and other amazing places in Keystone, and the food was good. That was my first time eating a lot of American dishes, and I really loved it. And my second year was in Georgia, where I was working at Santras Park, now known as Torres Park. I was a culinary assistant. I was helping, and I really loved it because I used to serve food during lunch, and it was all fun. Most of the workers will come in cracking jokes, and it was amazing. I had to interact with a lot of people on daily basis. I learned a lot, and then my supervisor was an amazing person. She used to take me out on trips, places to visit in Georgia, and I had an amazing time in Georgia. I learned a lot, and it was my whole journey was amazing. And I had opportunities to also travel after my work period. I traveled to amazing places in the US, and it was just awesome. And I really enjoyed it, and I think it's a good experience that everybody should have this opportunity. For me, going to the US alone for me was just amazing. So sincerely, when I was going, I didn't mind where I was going. I didn't have preferences. I really wanted to experience the culture. So when I got to South Dakota, at first it was a little bit difficult for me, but I became okay with it with time. I think after 1 month, I was all over the place. I was just enjoying myself. I enjoyed every bit of it. And then I think that experience is just great for me. I was happy about it. And then for Georgia, Georgia is quite a hot place. Like in the beginning, that was also a little bit of a difficulty. I had to adjust to it because in my country, it doesn't really get as hot as it does in Georgia sometimes. For me, it was all about enjoying, learning, and then making the most out of my experience. Of course, there will be times where maybe there'll be some challenges, but those were little for me. So all in all, I really enjoyed my stay. I studied nutrition and food science. I did double major. The nutrition aspect relates to what I do, some of the projects we do in Liquid Lab Foundation, because sometimes we work with children, and it's when we interact with them, we check their diet out, their nutrition. Sometimes some of the children that we worked with had a lot of diseases like related to food, like they were not eating, they were malnourished, and other diseases accompanied with lack of nutrients. One of the major issues that we have here is education. Children, especially in rural areas, do not really have access to educational materials. Some of them sit under trees to study. Some of them don't have books, and especially the girls, like the teenage girls. Some of them even have to stay back home when they are having their menses, or they don't. The environment in school, some of the schools in the rural areas wasn't really good enough for students to study. And then when it comes to young women, especially teenage mothers in rural communities, most of these girls are really don't really have access to resources to enable them improve upon their lives. And some of them have skills, but it hasn't been polished. Like they can do certain things for themselves, but they have not really taken it up on a large scale that gives them income for most of what they do. So these were some of the things that these are some of the things that Liquid Foundation works on. We do back to school supplies. Sometimes we meet children who have dropped out of school because they need to send chairs to school to study. So if you can't send your chair to school, you cannot go to school. You'll be sad because you don't have anywhere to sit. So we do back to school projects where we enroll some of these students back to school. We get them furnitures for school, exercise books, and then we also have recently we started with a literacy club, like a book club where some of these students, there are no libraries, they don't have access to storybooks and other things. So some of our teammates go to these schools and then organize sections for them. We teach them how to read, how to make certain basic pronunciations, and then we interact with them on the problems they face when it comes to reading and other things they need to improve upon their intellectual ability. At the moment, we are setting up a training center in one of the communities. We've already gone to see the chiefs and we are working on a training center for them. The community has a lot of women who can sew and do other have other basic entrepreneurial skills, but they need to scale up, they need to improve upon it. So we are working hand in hand with the chief to ensure that they get access to an environment where they can improve upon their skills. So that is what we do, and these are the problems that we are solving. Yeah. See, there is a chieftaincy system in Ghana whereby if the chief dies, his son or an immediate niece or an immediate family member takes in after him. They are the people that take care of the whole of a community. Like every community has a chief. So if anything is to be done, the chief is in charge of everything in the community. When it comes to the allocation of the lands, settlement of disputes, ensuring that okay, an organization is coming to work in my community, we have to go and see the chief, and then we have to talk to him, tell him what we want to do, and then he will support us. And the chief is a direct to the local government, a direct rep to the local government. So when the local government reps come into the community and then they see something going on, the chief is the first person they are going to go to. So the little towns, like the small towns, they are headed by a chief. You can't work in a community without first having an interaction with the chief. So the chief will either give you a go ahead, or if the chief says no, you can't work in that community. When we go to the chief, we discuss what we are about to do, and then sometimes the chiefs can bring in their suggestions. Sometimes they say, okay, you want to do this, but we want to support and make it bigger than it is. Sometimes we go to a particular community, the chief is not ready to even accept what we are coming to do. Yes. So it's not all the time easy, but the easy ones, they sometimes they even support the project. They even add up to the project. They gathered the whole town and everybody to come hand in hand for us to work together and make what we are doing a success. So in 2019, we organized a cleanup. The chief was a little bit skeptical about it. He didn't really want us to come because he didn't understand why we wanted to organize a cleanup, because we did a survey in the community and realized that most of the gutters were filled. So when it rains, it falls over and the place floods. So we wanted to do a little bit of a cleanup. It was a little bit difficult, but after the project, he actually came there whilst we were doing the cleanup, and then he was just commending us because the place was better than it was at first. The gutters were clean, the road were clean. We really picked up and a lot of the youth came out to support, even though some of the chief wasn't really in support of it. But when he saw that, he was so glad. And even up to now, sometimes he just give us a call and tell us that when are we coming back to do something like that again. So it was successful. One of the easiest places to be able to support in Ghana is the prisons, because most of the officers there are very, very, very open, and they really want organizations to come in and help these women to improve upon their lives, even whilst they are in prison. We visited the female prison. A different organization had come to do skill training. So the women were making beaded slippers and other artifacts. So we decided to give them market to sell their products. And also, we realized most of them were not having a bed frame, so they were sleeping on the floor. And then we made wooden beds for them, wooden bed frames for them. That was really, really fulfilling, because seeing because of you, someone can get a comfortable place to sleep. And and then we also marketed their products. We took some of their products out and then we sold it for them. And it was so fulfilling because some of them were saving up for their children's school and other things whilst in prison. So being able to be that kind of support, that kind of giving them the ability to sell more of their products was fulfilling. And the fact that whenever I wear one of those slippers, I'm just happy about myself, because I know that I have done something for someone. It's not easy to be there for them. It wasn't easy for them because most of them had like family back home, children back home. Most of them, like, they were single mothers who had no one to take care of their children. So we're able to help them at least provide something for the family whilst they were at prison. So that was really, really an amazing, and it was one of those projects that really brought fulfillment and joy to me, because we are looking forward to do more for them, get a larger market for their product. So whenever we go to visit, we try and then take it out and then we distribute it for them. For the Edley project, it's one of those projects that when we talk about it, we are also very happy about it. It's a home. It's a home where the elderly people stay. Some of them have been abandoned by their family. So we go there to have fun with them whenever we can. We just want to entertain them. We give them, personally, we give them some of our t-shirts. They are so happy about it. They even wear it for their meetings. So we send them water when we can. And then we also organize health screening. We have other organizations that we are affiliated to. So we work with professional doctors and some other nurses who come together with us, and then we do checkouts for them yearly. And we also have a nutritionist, and then a doctor in seat which advises them on what to do. And then we dance with them. We have interactive sessions. We listen to their stories. It's just refreshing to sit down, and then they'll be talking about their lives, their youth, some of the things that they did when they were young, and then they'll be advising us. So it's all fun. So it's a relaxing moment for us. So when we just want like to relax within the year after a lot of projects, we like to go and then have a little bit of fun with the agent. So we have this relationship with them. They call us almost every month. We receive calls from them, and then they are telling us we should come. This happened, and then we're like, okay, we are coming, and then we'll be listening to them. So it's also one of those projects that is also like it's very interesting, and it's all I'm very happy about that one because it also gives us a lot of fulfillment. So for me personally, I've learned not to give up on your dreams. And when I started, I wasn't really getting volunteers. I wasn't really getting help. It was difficult to even invite someone for a project. We were only three in the beginning. We used to plan for the project, and then in the end, we will be only two or only me. I have to go and then do everything. But I kept pushing because I realized that everyone needs to make an impact in your community, whether no one supports you or you have to do it alone. Whatever you are going to do is going to help someone. It's going to make someone's life better. So you have to push for it. So personally, for me, that is what I've learned. And then one other thing I've learned about my being working with individuals and people is most of the times we need to get close to people. That is what I realized. We might think everything is all right until we get close to someone, and then we ask the person, we interact with the person, we get an opportunity. We all need an opportunity with someone. When you see something going on, when you see someone going through a particular situation, you need to go close to the person. Most of our work, we go to people who are very sad. Sometimes you can give them gifts, you can give them everything, some of their requests, you can put them through school, you can do everything for them, but sometimes they just need that little support, that little word. You will be fine. Everything is going to be all right. We are here with you. We will support you. That is one of those things I've learned, that we should be kind no matter what. When we get close to someone, we realize that after all the support, we also have to be there, to talk to the person, to encourage the person, to ensure that the person is also well, because we all go through something. Gift alone, helping someone alone can't do everything, but sometimes your words can also go a long way to help. And one thing I've learned about my country is I am enjoying this because I get to travel to very remote places in my country, and then that is when I realized that wow, there are people living in such an environment, and they are still thriving, they are still making it, they are still making impact. We go to certain communities where they don't have access to electricity, they don't have water, they don't have access to anything. Like, most of their houses are mud houses, but the students in the school are so bright. The students in the school are making it, and the students in the school are so determined. The community kings, the chiefs, everyone in the community, they are so welcoming, they are accepting, they really want you to do something for them. So it shows that it's not about your environment, it's not about where you are, but you can make good use of whatever resource you have available to you and then improve upon yourself. So I've just traveled a lot because of my work. I've gone to a lot of communities in Ghana I wouldn't have gone to if not for this particular work that I'm doing right now. My leisure time is all about traveling, and I'm really loving it. I've been to a whole lot of communities in Ghana, and I've learned a lot. And each community and their own culture, each community and what they practice, each community and what they believe in. So sometimes when we go to these communities to work, we also learn something about our culture that we never would have known if we stayed at one place. So it's about making an impact, taking something from the various communities we go to, and realizing that there are other amazing places in Ghana that if we just give ourselves the opportunity to interact, we will see that there are other places. And we also realize that as a person, you need to show compassion wherever you are. You need to be kind. You need to get close. You need to help as much as you can. Yeah, so basically that's what I've learned. Thank you.
Inspired as I am watching the video presentation. And guess what? We have Precious here joining us live from Ghana. Hi, Precious.
To do something for them. So
hello.
So nice to have you join us. Welcome. And tell me, what time is it now in Ghana?
Hey, it's actually 4:22 here in Ghana.
All right, that's great. And remind us, where are you located in Ghana?
Okay, so actually, at the moment, I'm in Accra, and that's the capital of Ghana. That is where I stay at the moment.
Wonderful. Well, I know I have a lot of questions for you just after watching the video presentation, but I also wanted to say hi to everyone who's watching us today. Thank you so much for joining. And if you haven't already, please be sure to write in the comment section below your name, where you're joining us from, and any questions that you have for Precious. And I will go through them during the live Q&A so we can continue the conversation and keep this lively dialogue going. So I will get us started. So Precious, I am curious about your experience in the US, particularly you came twice on the Department of State exchange visitor program, specifically the Summer Work Travel program. The first time you were in South Dakota, and then the second time you were in Georgia. So can you tell us, what was the number one reason that you wanted to come back to the US for the second time?
Okay, so for the first time, I really had a fun experience. I was able to learn a lot, like things that I've not seen before. I saw in the US, and then meeting new people, getting to learn about the working environment. That was actually my first time working in an organization or working at a place. So it was really, really a life-changing experience for me in terms of discipline, how to go about with budgeting and everything for myself. And the second time I wanted to come back because I really enjoyed my summer. I had fun whilst working. I met new people, amazing people. I really wanted to enjoy, and I wanted to relive that experience again. So that is why I came back to the US.
Well, that's great. And I know that you made a lot of friends, and at the same time you also impacted the host community that you were in. Let's talk about that a little bit. What do you think is the main advantage in doing one of these work travel programs?
Okay, so the main advantage is you get to grow a lot, you get to learn, you get to meet new people. Like in terms of growth, you are on your own, maybe for the first time in your life, you're not with your parents, you are in a new environment. You get to actually start life itself. For me, you get to start life itself, how to budget, my paycheck is coming, how to go about it, I don't want to go broke. And then apart from that, there's another main advantage, that is you are also, it's not all about the money aspect, but you are also gaining like an experience that you will never get in your country, like an experience to meet new people who are willing to pour out into you, willing to teach you how to do things in an environment that you have not been before, and that is amazing.
Well, I think you said it very, very, very well. And, I was struck with what you said during the video presentation. You said that I realized everyone has to make an impact to their community. And I think this is probably one of the reasons why you founded Liquid Love Foundation. So tell us, why is the organization called Liquid Love Foundation? Is there a specific story to that?
Okay, so I was looking for a name for the organization, and I realized that when it comes to liquid, my aspect of liquid, like meaning water, and water is life. Everybody needs water. Water is liquid, and something that is liquid, everybody needs liquid to stay alive. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs something from someone to stay alive. Everybody needs that kind of that welcoming. Everybody needs a family. So we are that family that when we go into a community, we want to leave a lasting impact that people will not forget us. The way we all need water to survive, Liquid Love Foundation enters a community and wow, leaves an impact that the individuals in the community are never going to forget. Thank you.
That's beautiful. Well, I wish that we have more people like you who are just taking charge and doing what you can for the community. And I think this is a very good example because maybe there's a lot of people who want to do something to make a difference in their community, in the world, but sometimes it could be overwhelming. Sometimes they don't know what to do, they don't know where to start. And you started and meeting with the chiefs and just figuring out, all right, let's just do the cleanup. And then the chiefs come and all of that. So I guess I wanted to follow up with that after you founded Liquid Love. What were some of the initial challenges? Do you face a lot of resistance? Do you find that you're just working on your own? And what was that? At what point did it change and you started having more people to help out and volunteer with you, etc.?
Okay, so the initial challenge was getting people to support my work. Like I wanted to do a lot of things and I couldn't do it alone. So the initial challenge, personally, I'm a very shy person. I don't really know how to go out and ask someone to come and support my vision. Like I feel shy. When I started, I didn't believe in myself. I was like, okay, I had things written down I wanted to do, but I laid it down. So I met a friend, and whilst we were talking, I told her about what I wanted to do, and she seemed interested, and she was so wowed by it. I was like, okay, meaning like I could do something. So starting from there, I realized that, okay, I had that ability to interact with people and bring them and give them more details of what I want to do. And the fact that I started with one person and she was interested, I went to the other. And that was what kept me going. I realized, okay, there are a lot of youth, a lot of people like me who wanted opportunities to make impact in their community. So why not just spread the word? So I started posting it on social media, inviting people. Some were rejecting me. The resistance was some people would just tell you that why, like you can't, why are you wasting your time? Like you are on campus, why? But I didn't give up. I mean, like there was 99% positive, positive response from the people the people in my age group that I spoke to. So that alone pushed me to keep on because I realized I was also giving them something to do in their spare time, and it was just amazing. Yeah.
So you kept on going, even though there was some rejections or people just not wanting to participate, but you just kept going and really rely on the 99% positive reaction that you get. Thank you for sharing that. I think some people could use this advice right now, just to not take no for an answer and just keep going. And especially if what you're doing is benefiting the community, then just continuing all the good work, because you are making an impact to the community. You mentioned about, making you can make good use of whatever resource that you have available. And I'm sure in the beginning, it's probably not easy to collect the resources, but one of the resources that we have is time. We can spend time, and you said along the lines of you have to be there for the person. So spending time with them and just being there with them is the most important thing. I think you were telling the story of hearing their story and just being there for them, and in turn they give back. You form that connection. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because you mentioned in one of our conversations that there are myths about aging, resulting in children abandoning parents at homes for the elderly. Tell us more about that. Share with the audience, what's the story there?
Okay, so basically there are certain community beliefs that when someone is old, the person has a spirit that is working against the other younger generation in the house. So people to reject them because they think, okay, if my grandma is here, I'm not going to make it in life. Like, I'm not going to be able to achieve the success I want to achieve. She is doing something against me. So most of the times people abandon the elderly somewhere. Sometimes some of them are on the streets, and then sometimes there are homes that some of them are taken to. So due to that, they don't really get a care. After they leave them, they don't really care about whether they are eating, how things are going with them, how they are surviving. But so when we realized that, we decided to be doing something for them. I mean, sometimes they are old, they just need someone to talk to, they just need someone to be around them. They just want to also feel like they are welcomed in the society. And apart from giving them gifts, it's also important to just sit down and then interact with them. Some of them have a lot of jokes, some of them have a lot of advice. They can advise you all day. And that is okay for us, because it also makes us get a relaxing time with them, and then it's fun. And just after we leave, we realize, do something for them that they have not been given opportunity to have in a while. That is being around youth, or being around people who are willing to listen to them, who are willing to interact with them. Yes, basically that's it.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I'm just recalling one of the previous Greenheart Connects episode that we did, and she was talking about volunteering and how the more she volunteers, it really feeds her soul, and she wants to do more. And she doesn't see that as a chore. Rather, I'm doing this because this is making me happy. This is making my day. And it seems that that's also what's happening to you. Has your work changed opinions of other people regarding the elderly in the community or in Ghana in general?
Yes, pertaining to my teammates, it has really helped them a lot, because I had one particular girl amongst us who didn't want to go to the elderly home because she felt, oh, they are abandoned. So maybe there is something wrong with them. They have certain things that they will give to us. We are young. When we go and help them, like there are a lot of things. When we go and help them and come back, they might make her sick, like a whole lot of myths. So she didn't want to, but I encouraged her and we went. And that particular day, she was the one that was all over the place. She was having the fun, like I was so happy. And afterwards, she's always coming, when are we going? And with her alone, it's a success. Like, we have been able to impact one person also getting this idea. Okay, I also had an organization who also came to me that they wanted to go and support the home we went to. So that was also an achievement. Like we had more people becoming aware of the elderly homes, and it's great. I mean, like we have been able to they get more support now after we went there. People go there more now to support them. So we have not gone there in a while, but sometimes when we are okay, and then they have people coming around more and more just to interact with them.
Absolutely. And, sometimes it just takes one person to start something, and then slowly it'll spread over, and slowly more people want to become involved, which sounds like what you are doing. So, definitely continue doing that. And I know that this means a lot to a lot of the elderly people, and knowing that they're appreciated and they're not forgotten. And like you said, they have a lot of stories to tell. They have a lot of wisdom to share. I'm sure it's up to us, the younger people, to just be there and really hear about them and learn from them. So thank you for that reminder. I want to switch gears a little bit. Can you tell us about your work with the homeless, the migrant workers who arrive in season, but they may not have a place to stay? Do you feed them? Do you do clothing drives? Tell us more about that.
Okay, so in Ghana, we have refugee camps for those who come into from other countries. But we've been in the streets. That is where some of them stay. Some of them are not in the camp. Some of them are on the streets. So when we go to the streets, we give them food, we talk to them, and then we just want to interact with them, get to know about why some of their stories and what they are doing. And most of them are very hardworking women. They work in the various markets. But they sleep on the streets after their day-to-day activity. So sometimes they need clothes, they need some basic needs, like they need some basic things like water, they need some food feeding, like maybe when they are not really having money to feed their children. So that's what we do. We gather them, we feed them, and then we give them clothes, and we supply them with water when we can. So basically that's what we do to them. And once in a while we listen to their stories. Some of them talk about their hometowns and what happened and their journey so far. And it's also amazing. Yeah.
Is it hard working with that community? Meaning that you're helping them and they definitely need the help. But at the same time, you're being so close to them, you hear the stories. It's hard not to feel, bad, or maybe feel, just down and sad about the whole situation. Does it ever impact you? Does it drain you? Do you get emotionally exhausted? Because I'm sure there's a lot of migrants, homeless people that are in the area that need help, and you can only do so much.
Yeah. So basically, okay. So most of the times when we go out like that, we are prepared because we know today is maybe the whole of this week is going to be somewhat of an emotional week for us, because when we go out like that, we prepare our mind, and then we know that okay, people are going to come to us, and then they come to us, they tell us a lot, and by the time we are all leaving the place, everybody's face, everybody's mood, it's like we are all coming back, but like there is something. We are all coming back with this kind of mood. We've heard a lot, like a lot of things are going on, and it gives us opportunities to be grateful, and then also know that okay, there is more we could do. Be grateful for the fact that we have, and then we could give out, and also know that there is more we could do. So most of the times what we do to that keeps our mind relaxed is we know that after we leave the place, we post the pictures, talk about it. We also get people who also go there, organizations that we know who also come forth and go there. So we know that with that alone, it has also helped them in a way. So that makes us relax. And then we also know that we've done something with all that we've heard. It has also, that gives us the mind to know that, okay, we left, but we are relaxed because we know other people are going to do something to support them after us. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I mean, I'm getting a little bit emotional too, just thinking about your experience and what you go through and the interaction and the time that you spend with them. But like you said, at the end of the day, it is giving you that, motivation to keep going because you know that you've done something good, you know that you have positively impacted them, and you hope that there's other people who can continue the work, etc. So when you're not doing all of this, what do you do? What do you do to relax, to recharge? And so you have, in addition to the feel good feeling of, after helping someone, what other things do you do? What does Precious like to do in her spare time? If you have any spare time, because it sounds like you do so many things.
I do have spare times, and during my spare times, I love to watch movies. It's just funny movies, just to laugh and have just relaxing. And then I go out with friends. We just go to the beach, somewhere serene, just to have fun, maybe listen to some music, dance, eat. And then I love to read when I'm alone in the house. I'll just be reading. And also there is this particular thing I guess after my work, and because I've been doing this for a while, I don't feel it. I mean, like I don't feel it as a burden. Like whenever I go out and then I do something and come back, that those are my happy moments. When I come home, I'm so fulfilled. Like, and when I'm in the house or when we are around and we haven't really gone out in a month, we are not okay. We will just be chatting on the page. Where can we do? Okay, this person, what can we do? Like we are all we've gained momentum for the work, we've gained momentum. So anytime we want to be out there, it's just happy. We have fun too when we go out. No, we won't lie about that. We have big time fun because the people that we meet are always happy to see us. They want to dance, they want to do something different. So I don't really feel it. So sometimes I can go the whole month going here, traveling here, and then it's all happy for me. Like I'm just happy. I mean, like I just I'm enjoying it.
And we can
Yeah.
feel it. We can feel the positivity and the happiness
Yeah.
radiating from many thousands of miles away. So I mean, I think it is right. Going back to what we were talking about earlier, it's about what you can do. You're giving yourself, and your smile and your laughter and just your personality being there for people, and sometimes that's enough. You don't need to do more. It's great that you can do more, but at the end of the day, if you just do that basic, um,
Yeah.
that's enough, and that's what all of us should be doing. Well, kind of switching gears a little bit, you told us about gaps in students' access to technology, where students may never have seen a computer and have to answer questions about it. The One Liquid Love project is so that when students are writing exams, your team makes sure that all students have seen computers so that they can respond to the questions during the exam. Can you talk about that a little bit? What is that like?
Okay. Okay, so basically, there are a lot of communities in Ghana that do not have access to technology, even with um, light and basic, even water. So most of the times, the whole Ghana, we have an exams we write to get into the senior high school. Every school writes it, whether you don't have access, you have access to it. Everybody writes it. So when we go to these communities, we see students sitting under tree. They are preparing for these exams. Some of them haven't even seen phones before. They don't know Android phones. They don't know the World Wide Web. They've just heard about it. So it just touches us to see that some of these students don't have access to anything, yet they are going to write exams. Same exams as someone who has been using computers all their lives, who knows everything about Android, who has iPhone, who has all the technologies they need. So it's a gap, it's a big gap. So what we do is we go with our gadgets. And talking about this, I applied for a Greenheart grant with this particular project, and the Greenheart grant allowed me an opportunity to visit a community, that's a Kunfi, and then we're able to get them a few computers and we're able to interact with them on the basis of their ICT skills. So that the community that we went to, they had no access to computers. Everything in the community was not really working. So we had to even work on them getting access to electricity in their school. And then we sent our gadgets initially, our laptops, our computers, everything we had available to them. And we taught them how to use it. We developed a curriculum to teach them how to use some of these things before their final exam. So basically, we are looking at expanding and doing more in other communities, because that is not the only community with such a challenge. There are other communities in Ghana who do not have access to any of these gadgets at all, but they are still writing the exams that the other people are doing, the other students are doing.
Slowly but surely, and just giving them the exposure whenever you can. How is the training center for women going? Is it open? And tell us what you do there.
Okay, so basically it's not open. We are even going there tomorrow. We are going to talk to the chiefs tomorrow. The chiefs are going to allocate a portion of land for the training center. We are yet to start, but the chiefs are going to allocate a portion of land but we have a 3D. We have how we want the place to look like and what we are looking at doing, because we want to add technology, a little bit of technology to it, so that they can also have access to, apart from them learning the skill, we can also digitalize it for them. So tomorrow the chiefs have invited us, and we are going to have an interaction with them on how we are going to go about it, the building and everything, and the land, and the women that we work with. So basically that's what we are going to do tomorrow. Yes.
Well, that's exciting. We wish you all the best with that, and do keep us posted on the development of it. We would love to hear more about it. And thank you for. I'm glad to hear that the Greenheart grants have enabled you to provide some of this direct assistance to the students in the community. It's not solving all of the problem, but at least we're starting somewhere. So that's wonderful. I mean, I'm just trying to think of so many different things that you are doing right now, and all of the footprints that you have in the community. So, as our last question here, what is next for you, Precious? Tell us a little bit more about what's coming up in the next year or 5 years. What do you hope to do? How do you hope to grow Liquid Love Foundation?
Okay, so for the next 5 years, we are looking at, we've gotten a very remote community. We want to build a big center there for training. We'll have a training center, and then we also have a place we can assist orphans, and also we are looking at getting a marketplace. We are looking at setting up a marketplace for the women we train. So that is what is out for us. So it's a big project. I mean, it's a big land. So we are going to build different structures there to support the community, because we realized of all the communities we've been to, that is a very remote community, and they are not having access to anything. We are looking at working with the local government in that community to ensure they are having electricity. We are going to improve upon their schools in the community, and then also we are going to help the teenage girls, because they have a lot of skills that we have realized. Some of them do clay pots, some of them do go chains and other things that we have had an opportunity to see. So we want to be seen in that community, and we want to make great impact. So the next 5 years, we are looking at helping and then developing the community. Yes, so basically the next 5 years, that is it for Liquid Love. And personally for me, I'm schooling. So I'm looking at doing my master's and then furthering to do something on I'm sorry. So I want to further to do more on any course that is related to NGO and then NGO management, so that I can also do more and then work on myself and get more opportunities that I can use to help people in as much as I can. Yeah.
We wish you all the best. There's a few comments here that I want to read, and I think they really summarize well the conversation and what you are doing. So we have Viola here from Poland. She attended Summer Work Travel program a few times, and she said that this experience impacted my life as well. Thank you for sharing your story, Precious. Very inspiring. And then we have Carol here. She said, Precious, you are a shining soul, so positive and so helpful to your community. Thank you for bringing your light to others. And I definitely want to echo that. You have been such a positive force in your community. And I know that you're just getting started, but I think this is a good example that even when you're just getting started, you can already make an impact in your community, in your country, even. So I think the message for everyone that's listening and watching is that don't be afraid to take that first step and recognize the need in your community and just do something about it. But Precious here has been an example for a lot of us. You are a rock star, you're a shining light. Please continue the good work and don't give up, even if there's obstacles in the road, one step at a time. And here, your friends at Greenheart, we will continue cheering you on and wishing you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. And everyone else, stay tuned for our next segment on global community. We have thousands of Greenheart friends and partners from around the world who share our commitment to connecting people and planet. Today, we're joined by Derek Sawarnu from Travel Empire Ghana. Travel Empire is an agency based in Accra, Ghana, and partner with Greenheart to offer a variety of travel opportunities for students and young professionals, from work-based cultural exchange programs to intern trainee programs or study abroad opportunities. Here's a little bit about our partner, Travel Empire Ghana.
Hi, my name is Derek Sawarnu, the Executive Director of Travel Empire Limited, Ghana. I established Travel Empire in September 2013 with my wife, Christabel Sawarnu. Travel Empire is involved in recruiting and promoting summer work and travel, internships, and study abroad programs in Ghana. Travel Empire collaborates with Greenheart Exchange, one of its major visa sponsors on the work and travel program, and presents an annual job fair here in Ghana. The job fair is normally an opportunity for us to engage our students, alumni, the U.S. Embassy, and then some of the host organization representatives that visits Ghana to recruit students directly. Now, during the job fair, we hold a 3-day event. The first is our volunteer activity, where we spend time to do a voluntary activity for a worthy cause. We can either go cleaning the beach, we can also go to orphanages to do something there, like painting the building and cleaning their place for them, providing them with a few equipment and amenities that would help with their work. On the second day, we hold an alumni dinner where we engage different alumni experiences. We invite them to come and share their stories and tell us why they went on the program, what they gained out of it, why anybody else should aspire to go on the program. And we have all these stories that we share. And we do that with the U.S. Embassy also in attendance. And then the final activity is the actual job fair interviews, where employers get to meet our Ghanaian students face to face and ask them questions and interview them for the jobs that they are intending to offer them for the summer. This experience normally motivates our Ghanaian community to realize how important our program is and how well structured it is. And job fair is always a must happen event in Ghana. I always feel very humbled with the experiences I'm exposed to working with young students here in Ghana. I meet a lot of them every year. And for those that are fortunate to get the visas and go on the program, I constantly see change. Some of them will come into our offices. They will be shy, timid, not very fluent because of low self-esteem. But at the end of the day, they go on the program and come back and they are outspoken, they are confident, they are matured, they reason like they didn't do before. For me, that changes so much. A typical example is our current alumni president. When I met Timotina many years ago, she was a very quiet, shy girl who came and participated on our program. But when she returned, I saw a lot of engagement from her. Anything we do, she's a part of. She showed a lot of leadership. She showed a lot of initiative. And so when we had our very first alumni dinner in Ghana, although I was thinking about asking who would want to lead our alumni association in Ghana, she came up and volunteered. And that is not something you would always see in an average, shy Ghanaian girl. But Timotina rose to the challenge. And because of her leadership, her tenacity, and her hard work, she's been able to raise our alumni group from a little idea to now a very strong, vibrant association in Ghana that is doing so well. Travel Empire is one of the major, if not the leading organizations in Ghana that champions the affairs of the work and travel program. Over the years since our establishment, we have sent over hundreds of students on our program. That is a great feat for us because no other company has done that. And for us, we take pride in being able to touch the lives of these students through the experiences and the opportunities that our program offers. Most of our students are happy to be placed on the East Coast and Central America. When I ask why, they tell me that there are a lot of diversity there and they meet a lot of tourists, so they have a better experience. I believe the work and travel program is everything every young student should aspire to experience and be a part of. The life lessons, the work experience, the quality cultural experiences it presents is just so amazing. Every student in Ghana who has the opportunity to do this, I would advise and say that go ahead and do it. Anywhere you find yourself around the world, if you're qualified and you have the opportunity to be a part of the work and travel program, please go ahead and be a part of it because you get to build your interpersonal skills, you get to build on your leadership abilities, you are able to become a better person. Whatever career pursuit you are on, the work and travel program prepares you to be better at it and to face the world as a champion. For students who are currently on the work and travel program, I say kudos for making such a life-changing decision. Enjoy your time in the US. Gain more out of your experiences by staying focused, being prompt and punctual, taking your work and the experiences seriously, celebrating the differences amongst the staff you find yourself in, and enjoy every single minute of this experience because this is how you discover you. Thank you and love from Travel Empire. Bye.
Thank you. We very much appreciate our partners and participants sharing their cultural exchange story. Do you have an idea to share with us about personal development or taking care of our environment or of each other? If you do, please email us with your idea at connects@greenheart.org. We would love to hear from you and potentially feature you on an upcoming Greenheart Connects episode or highlight you on our social media channels. There's so much that I've learned today. Many thanks to Precious for joining us, and thank you to Derek and Travel Empire Ghana for sharing their story today. And thanks to all of you who participated and asked questions. Join us on September 16th at 11 a.m. Central Time when we talk with Megan Westervelt and Josue Arteaga Torres. Megan is a conservation photojournalist and former Fulbright scholar in Ecuador. She tells visual stories about human impact on the environment. Josue is a conservation biologist and ecologist researcher from Ecuador. He studies raptors, predator-prey interactions, and information use. Together, they're combining visual storytelling and research data to improve efforts to conserve and preserve fragile ecosystems on the fringes on human populations. We think you'll be inspired. You are here because you want to learn about ways to care for our planet and for each other. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today. We hope you will share greenheartconnects.org with your friends, families, and colleagues. Later today, this full episode will be available online. Remember, all past episodes are also available to view, and there are many speakers and engaging topics to choose from. Be sure to check out the resources page for more information that has been shared by our speakers. And finally, please join us on our social media channels to continue the conversation and to support each other. We want to hear what you are doing to make the world a better place. We hope to see you here again on September 16th, 2021 for the next Greenheart Connects. Thank you.